when I had IBS, one of the main things I wanted was just to be able to eat a meal with my family and friends without paying the price afterwards. And that wasn't every day. I just wanted to be able to do that occasionally. I didn't mind having a squeaky clean diet, like 4 days out of 5. Just sometimes I wanted to be able to relax and just eat what everyone else was eating without paying the price afterwards. So if that sounds familiar, this video might be useful for you. One of the key mechanisms behind chronic symptoms, and this isn't limited to IBS, it's like all digestive conditions, chronic fatigue, chronic pain, all these things, is a hypersensitivity to the stimulus. So for example, if you feel that like slight rumble in your stomach after a meal, the anxiety train starts going immediately, and you start thinking, oh my God, I'm going to pay the price. I've gone too far. I ate the wrong thing. And it goes into a kind of disasterizing loop. Now, this in itself contributes to the symptoms, and it creates like a hypersensitivity. So what starts off as a rumble quickly becomes a roar. And, this can really get out of control to the point where the slightest discomfort can be magnified, and you can actually feel pain far more intensely than, is necessary, because your brain has literally magnified the response. One of the really impactful ways of dealing with this kind of disasterizing hypersensitivity pattern is brain retraining. And that is effectively a strategic interrupt pattern, which you put at the moment when the disasterizing starts. So you'll notice a small symptom, the thoughts will start up on autopilot, you're not in conscious control of it. You have to notice it, consciously notice it, bring it to awareness, and then create a pattern of interrupts. And that's something I explain in the notes below. There's a short course on that. If you're interested, go and take a look. But of course, there is more to IBS than just the hypersensitivity, because something started the symptoms in the first place. So pattern interrupts are in fact just one way of breaking the negative spiral that is IBS. There are other ways, and the main way I would say is to deal with chronic anxiety. So if you would count yourself as a chronically anxious person who maybe brings your stress home from work each day, struggles to be present around your family and friends, then that really is the foundational layer, and that's the layer which I work with in my hypnotherapy practice. I include hypnotherapy and somatics to help you really release knots which may be stuck in your unconscious, and embodied stress and tension, which means no matter how much you relax, your symptoms will just keep coming up because you just keep refilling that bucket on a daily basis. So I really advocate for looking at the root cause, working out why that bucket is filling up in the first place, and not just relaxation, not just diets, not just pattern interrupts, although all those things can be useful. So if you're interested, check out the links below. All the details are there. Thanks.